Morning, profitable traders. Welcome to today's market color session, being the 7th of November 2025. So good to have you all around for this session. Right, so I will be analyzing the DXY, GBP, USD, and EUR USD. Right after that, my colleague Laycom coming up with an analysis on gold and the yen basket. So without taking further time, we'll just head straight to today's analysis. And I'd like to kindly crave your indulgence to share the link to this session with everyone on your various socials so that we can get a number of people to participate in the market color session. So starting off with DXY on the weekly time frame, we've actually been looking out for price to retrace all the way to the left shoulder right here. Nothing has really changed per se from what we've been looking out on the weekly time frame for DXY. We want to see price retrace into this level 107.581. And once that happens, I'm willing to short DXY. And on the daily time frame, of course, as seen right here, we're seeing that the most recent price action is actually bullish, and price is coming for the high right here, the high at 99.802. We may see a clear of that high on the daily time frame, and on the 4-hour time frame, pretty much on the 4-hour time frame we are still very bullish on the 4-hour time frame for DXY. But on the 1-hour time frame, I've actually seen a clear of the low right here, indicating that we may be looking out for just short-term sales on DXY. We may be looking out for short-term sales on DXY, as we rightly stated. So say that we are actually looking out for short-term sales on DXY. Let's see if there's any entry for us on the much lower time frame for the sell of the DXY. I can't see any entry for the short-term sale on DXY. So if I see any, best believe I will be dropping it in the Telegram support group. Coming down to Euro USD, the weekly time frame, we have been looking at this level, right, where we want to see price retrace into 1.06763, shoulder, sweep, break, return right back into the shoulder, and there's even a fair value gap right here that we most likely will see price retrace into. Beg your pardon. Right, so there's a fair value gap right here that we may see price retracing into 2 points of interest, the left shoulder right here, and the fair value gap that we may see price tap into before buying all the way. And on the daily time frame also, we're seeing structure more to the downside. We may see a clear of this low right here, the low at 1.13852 on the daily time frame. I'm coming down to the 4-hour time frame also. The 4-hour time frame, pretty much the same thing. Price has been bearish, traded into a discount level, and we're seeing some push to the upside. On the 4-hour time frame. And of course, beg your pardon, fibbing this swing from point A to point B, price is currently at 61.6% fib level. We are seeing it hold up that point, and we may see some push to the downside. But coming down to the 1-hour time frame, in the 1-hour time frame, I've seen a break of this high right here, right? I've seen a break of this high on the 1-hour time frame. So we may see some push to the upside, although our overall bias is a sell, but we may see some push to the upside before a continuation of that sell on Euro USD. Right, seeing that we are looking out for very short-term sales, of course. Let's see if we can figure out any entry for the sell, I really cannot, it's not so clear. It's not so clear. If it's not obvious, then it is dubious. It's not so clear for the sell of Euro USD. All right, so best believe once I enter signature, I will be calling it out on the Telegram support group also. For GBP USD, the weekly time frame, right, we're looking out for price to retrace right back into the left shoulder at 1.24930. And coming down to the daily time frame, we're seeing structure more to the downside. This low right here has been taken out, and we're even seeing more push to the downside. Coming down to the 4-hour time frame also, right, bearish moves. And then price traded into a discount level, and we're seeing some push to the upside. Where do I think price wants to trade into? I can actually spot, beg your pardon, I can spot a fair value gap right here on the 4-hour time frame. Price point 1.33310. We may see price retracing all the way to that level on the 4-hour time frame. And coming down to the 1-hour time frame, of course, we're even seeing some little push to the upside on the 1-hour time frame, and coming down to the 15 minutes time frame to see if we can spot an entry for the buy of GBP USD. There's the box pattern right here, shoulder, right? Shoulder at 1.30775, sweep to the downside, break to the upside. We may see price returning right back into this left shoulder, and once price does that, I'm willing to take the buy of GBP USD. Because if you have questions at this point, kindly type in the chat box and we'll be attending to them. While you're doing that, registration for the FX Bootcamp training is currently ongoing. Please send us a message on 081 1699 5030 to get you started with the registration process. And also the Falcon 2.0 bot listing service is on. Visit the website valueflowtrading.com/Falcon to get started with that. If there are no questions, we'll be going on a very brief break, and we'll be coming back shortly for the second segment of today's market color session. Thank you all. Cheers and God bless.
Yeah, good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Market Color brought to you by the Value Flow Trading Team. That's a very insightful analysis from Cynthia. And this morning, again, we'll be looking at what we have going on the precious metal. Then from there, we are going to be looking on what's going on the yen basket, which we use to interpret our entries and whatsoever we see on the yen correlated pair. All right, so let's sit back and take it one step after the other. Now, for the precious metal, starting with the weekly time frame, we are going to observe that we said we want to see the next few weeks to be a bit bearish. Price, pulling all the way back down, as you can see on the charts. Price has been pulling back after the massive breakout to the upside, and right now we are seeing that since price already begin to push back down, if you go to the lower time frame, you are going to see some level of market structure shift. However, for this week, we could see that the momentum of this week candle is just a bit small, meaning if you go to the lower time frame, you are going to discover this week has been a full range, and we know why that is happening, because after this massive breakout and we begin to see price pulling back, there should be some level of resting phase of the market, which we also known as the consolidation phase. Now, on the daily time frame, what do we have playing out there? For the daily time frame, we've seen how that price created a market structure shift somewhere around this level. And on Monday, we're expecting price should, buy all the way into first this flip zone and even this daily order block. All right. And looking at that particular level, we have daily order block and a fair value gap. As you can see, this is a fair value gap there. While this particular zone will mark, if you go lower to the 4-hour time frame, you are going to see that that place happens to be a flip zone. So let's check on the 4-hour time frame. What do we still have on the precious metal? Now, for the 4-hour time frame, this is our flip zone as marked earlier on. While we have the daily order block, maybe we should just put that within that zone so that it would guide us moving forward on our analysis. All right, so this is the daily order block for the precious metal. You can see this particular level well, and we've not seen price tap into that zone. This is the daily order block, as you can see here. All right, this is the daily order block. Why on the 4-hour time frame, if you look at it, if you have a deep insight of it, you are going to observe that we have a flip zone and a level which correlates with daily order block around that particular zone. That's why we are expecting price should all things being equal buy all the way to that particular point. Then we can begin to look out for entry signature to short all the way down. But instead, what we've been seeing since Monday is price just resting, just consolidating around this particular zone. And since Monday till Friday, the whole week, will it be a consolidation week all through? Yes, it's possible we will see that happen. However, if you go to the lower time frame, you are going to see it's giving some few entries on the lower time frame. Okay. Now, if you come to the 1-hour time frame, you are going to observe that yes, the consolidation is really consolidating. As you can see right now, price is just within those levels since last week Friday. Even since last week Tuesday, we've been within this space. So we want to wait and see what exactly would price do. Would there be a breakout to the upside or to the downside? But knowing fully well that on the daily time frame, we already have a market structure shift, a change of character rather. You can see this is a low while we have a lower low. Now we are expecting price to create a lower high. Then we know we are going to be bearish for a long time on the precious metal. Now let's go to the 15-minute time frame. If there are any entry signal for us to take any trade today. So if you look at it in respect to what we have since on Wednesday, we are going to observe that yes, we are in a range, but we are gradually pushing up, which is still in line with our weekly analysis. All right. So looking at what we have right now on the chart, what we are seeing here now is that we want to see how that price is going to take out this high. If price takes out this high, yesterday high, if price could take out yesterday high, then we can begin to look for opportunity and it pulls back to this particular low, then we can begin to look for opportunity to long the precious metal. All right, so that is our outlook on the 15-minute time frame to be specific. So we want to see how that price is going to take out this high, then pull all the way back, take out this low, and we can easily begin to buy the precious metal all the way to the upside. Right now, let's quickly take a look at the 5-minute time frame too. So if you look at the 5-minute time frame, we are going to observe on the 5 minutes, yes, we have more like a market structure shift within this structure here, which is also confirming that price is still expected to come all the way to take out this low. So I'm of the opinion we should wait and see price take out this low before we join the buy. And if you want to, sell all the way to this particular level, wait until you see a clear market structure shift for a sell, then you can sell to take out this low and then buy back all the way up again. All right, let's quickly get to Japan to see what is going on the yen basket. Now for the yen basket on the weekly time frame, remember on Monday we said we are looking forward to this week being a bullish week, no bearish move. All we want to see is a bullish move all through, and we can see that is exactly what begins to happen on the yen basket since Monday. The weekly time frame, you can see the weekly candle is bullish. And where exactly are we heading to? From the daily perspective too, we are going to observe that we've been bullish all through, and we are still expecting that price should buy all the way to take out. This will be the first POI price taking out this liquidity, right? And on the 4-hour time frame, where exactly are we heading to on the 4-hour time frame? Now, for the 4-hour time frame, it looks more dicey, but we know that the higher time frame controls the lower time frame, and also the lower time frame makes up the higher time frame. Since the higher time frame controls the lower time frame, we've seen how that it looks more like we have another lower low in respect to this, but on the weekly time frame, we can see that price is just tapping into the real POI for the buy to continue. So we may wait and see how that price takes out this particular high and continue to move all the way back up. All right, now on the 1-hour time frame for the yen basket, you can see market structure shift has been all the way to the upside. Yes, we saw price reacting to this 1-hour order block yesterday, and this morning we're still expecting that if price pull a little bit down to this particular order block, then we can still continue our bullish move to the upside. So let's use that to interpret the other yen correlated pairs, starting with GBP JPY. Now remember our analysis a few weeks ago that we are still expecting price to come all the way to fill this gap, at least 50% of this gap. And we've seen how price did that since on Monday. Remember Monday we were selling GBP JPY, which delivered 1:3, and now we've seen how that price already tapped into our POI, and that is why we are seeing price pulling back a little bit more again right now. Now, where exactly are we heading to on GBP JPY? Two things happened on GBP JPY, two things we should observe. This particular daily order block, there's high tendency price, pull all the way into this daily order block before it continues its bearish move to the downside again. All right, and the reason why we see price react on this particular point, we've seen a very clean boss pattern on the daily time frame, which this is the shoulder here. We've seen the sweep, we've seen the break, price coming all the way to tap into this shoulder, and you can see this is exactly why we have that price reaction around that point. And now that price already reacts to that shoulder, I'm expecting that because of the move that we have on the yen basket on weekly time frame, you're still going to see the GBP pull a little bit up to tap into this daily order block. Then from there, you can begin to notice and observe how it's going to sell all the way to the downside, because we are looking forward to a long-term buy on the yen basket. All right, so on the 4-hour time frame, what are we seeing on GBP JPY? On the 4-hour time frame, all we are seeing is price already created more structure to the downside, right? And right now, I'm expecting price to come all the way, tap into this daily order block that we marked on the 4-hour time frame. Or moreover, we may likely see, please, Mr. Olutayo, kindly stop what you're writing on the screen, please. All right, so we can see how that price can easily still come all the way to take out this liquidity level on the 4-hour time frame once again before pulling all the way to the downside. So those are the outlook I'm observing on the 4-hour time frame of GBP JPY. But there's something on the daily time frame more. If you look at it very well with deep insight, we are going to observe that price still look more like it wants to tap into this liquidity point on the daily time frame. But let's still wait and see what becomes of price at that particular point. This liquidity that we are seeing on the daily time frame here, this particular point. So there's probability, if by any chance we see any pullback on the yen basket, then that means price is coming in, because I expect that this last move should take out this liquidity. But since it doesn't get there and it begins to give the sell structure, we are following through. So what is the entry that we have on GBP JPY this morning? This is the 15-minute time frame of GBP JPY. You are going to observe since yesterday, day before yesterday, we've been in a consolidation also, and we've not seen the consolidation break out of this particular high. So until price takes out this high, this particular high here, and pull all the way back into this shoulder level, then we can easily begin to get that. This what someone has done on the screen may cause okay, this is it. So You can see this is it here, right? So I'm expecting that price should retrace into this particular zone here, right? This particular zone, this is the shoulder, okay? So price should take out this level, then pull back into this shoulder, come and take out this Asian low and tap into this shoulder, then we begin to see the buy of GBP JPY. So in a nutshell, this is what I'm expecting to see on GBP JPY. Then price coming all the way down to take out this zone. This kind of markup is what we should look out for on GBP JPY with the confluence of this fair value gap, just the way you can see it here. So when price taps into it, then we begin to see our move all the way back up for GBP JPY. And even on the 5-minute time frame, it's much more clearer on the 5-minute time frame how that we see expect price to take out liquidity at this particular high and begin to pull all the way back down. Now, if price takes out liquidity at this high and you see a microstructure within that particular level, then you can easily come in and sell it all the way to this POI for the buy. Now, the buy, what I'm even seeing with a confirmation on the 5-minute time frame is this order block here, right? When price taps into this order block here, then that is going to be a very great entry signature for us to start buying, which also have a confluence with this fair value gap within this zone. All right, so that is that for GBP JPY. And lastly, before we call it a day, for Euro JPY. Now, Euro JPY on the daily time frame, what we have going on there, we are going to observe that for Euro JPY, it still look very much, bullish on the daily time frame. However, if you look at the structure very well, even from the 4-hour time frame, you are going to observe that we already have a market structure shift on the 4-hour time frame. And this is exactly it. We have our shoulder just resting at this point. Now, where exactly should we look out for price to get to for GBP, for Euro JPY moving forward for the sell? So I'm expecting price to come all the way and come and tap into this zone for the sell of Euro JPY. So I'm expecting price to come all the way to come and tap into that level, and price should take out this liquidity first. When price takes out that liquidity, right, then we begin to see the sell of Euro JPY all the way to the downside. Okay, so that is the outlook for Euro JPY moving forward. All right, and even on the 1-hour time frame, let's rewind more to the 1-hour time frame. So the 1-hour time frame, you are going to observe everything is very much clearer. How that we have that shoulder there. And as a matter of fact, this happens to be another liquidity point which price may likely tap into the takeout on the Euro JPY 1-hour time frame. So I'm still expecting more buys on Euro JPY for it to sell more, right? Since we already have market structure shift on 4-hour time frame, so we should see some level of a pullback. Now on the 15-minute time frame, what should we look out for on Euro JPY? Compared to GBP JPY, we see that price is closer to taking out the liquidity on GBP JPY, but for Euro JPY, there's still more room for price to go a little bit more to the upside to take out that level. So if price takes out this high on Euro JPY, then price taking out yesterday's high on Euro JPY, then we can begin to look forward to entry signatures to short all the way from that level. Now, if we begin to short, where exactly do we short to? We just want to see price sell to come and take out today's Asian low, because that happens to be the liquidity point that we have right now, right? So that is exactly the point we have for Euro JPY. So the arithmetic expression for Euro JPY is we want to see take out or sweep up liquidity, price pullback again, take out Asian low and tap into this order block, which has this fair value gap, very tiny, but very, very important there. And as price taps into it, then we begin to see the buy signature and we buy all the way back up. Now, buying all the way back up, where exactly are we buying it into? We are buying all the way into this point that we have here, and we begin to sell when price gets to that particular region. So this is 15-minute time frame structure, while this happens to be the 1-hour time frame structure, 4 hours time frame structure. So that is the outlook for Euro JPY and also for GBP JPY and for the precious metal. If there's any question, can easily type in the chat box. And if there is no question, this is going to be the end of the market call brought to you by the Value Flow Trading Team for this London session. Until we meet again by 2 p.m. for the New York session, make sure you trade cautiously and use your proper risk management strategy. Once again, I'm Lekon sharing. Cheers and God bless.